just know that we have.
You're being recorded.
That we have. All righty. Good.
So we have to remember to smile now, because I'm not good at that. So, we set the scene here, I know, for the lovely people in the Austin Advanced Hypnotherapy Conference. And I know here is a fellow hypnotherapist up there in Alaska, and she's also the daughter of a surgeon, isn't that right, I know?
That's correct.
And you're not going to be acting at all. The hypnosis that's going on here is going to be absolutely real, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and it's something that I've been working with for a while, so I'm very familiar with the hypnotic state and have no problem going into a hypnotic state.
And what I just did there was to hold up a trigger that I'd set with Ino. She wasn't expecting that in any way at all, because we've been fiddling with technology here. We have limited time to do this. And I set that trigger with Ino about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Of course, as you all know, Ino can still hear everything that I'm saying. She's aware of everything that's going on around her, but she's in a very deep trance now. And I should explain also that Ino is a somnambulist. She loves to be hypnotized and has no problem with that. And she might even be smiling there, I'm not quite sure. Because there it is, because she understands, she hears everything that we're doing in the normal way. So, I know, 1, 2, 3, come back. Feeling good?
Yeah, feeling fantastic.
And you weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I did not expect that.
And there's another trigger that's also been set for quite a while. I'm sorry, Anna.
That's okay.
My purple pen, is something I use to make sure that somebody really has been in trance, because nobody would normally laugh at a purple pen. But I use that with a lot of people. And that's a trick I learned from John Sabone in USA, who uses a red pen. I didn't happen to have a red pen around, I just had my purple one. So I used the purple one. I've got plenty of those around. So
I think your purple pen is better than any red pen that he can wave. So
good. So how are you feeling? I know did you feel the depth of that relaxation? Did it really kick in for you?
Oh, it certainly did, and I think it's been almost 4 years since we did it the first time.
Goodness.
Yes, it almost is going on 4 years at least. Mm-hmm. Christmas, I think it was. Yeah. So it's interesting how something like that can be, be a trigger for that long, even though we played with and exercised it, but. Yeah, it's a great thing, and it was done right here over the internet. So, and
to be fair to Ino, we have to credit her with the term Skypenosis, which I first heard coined by Ino many years ago, and everybody seems to have picked up on it since then. And she may not be the only person that invented that term, but she's certainly one of the earliest ones, maybe as much as 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not sure. Has Skype been out? I think it's been out for 7 years, hasn't it, Skype?
I am not quite sure how long it's been out. I enjoy it because I'm in a remote location in Alaska, and so for me, using Skypenosis or any other platform, of course, gives me the opportunity to have a larger client base, and so I frequently do hypnosis over Skype with clients. So.
It's interesting, I know, that you said Alaska there, because moments before you said that I started thinking we need to talk about Alaska, and I beamed that thought to you. And some people may believe that really happened, and it may have been pure chance. But that's the kind of thing I do a lot of. I do try to project my thoughts. And I do notice sometimes that strange things happen when I do that. So we're having a lot of fun here, aren't we, with this? And it can be a very easy, very relaxing medium, because the client is in their own home, in their own surroundings. They have no need to worry about me. I'm just looking at my camera. I seem to be fading into my background, being absorbed by the wall. But that's an aside. So, I know, what else could we say for these lovely people at the Austin Hypnotherapy Conference? I think we've given them quite a powerful demonstration of hypnosis there. That was actually quite slow. Normally I think I know would go much, much quicker than that. And I see that Ino's very deep now, aren't you, Ino? Can you respond, Ino?
Yes.
And you can hear that she's having trouble responding there, which is normal with the deep state of hypnosis, because there's a reluctance for somebody to do anything other than just be relaxed and be in the moment and enjoy having that. And that's wonderful. And one of the other triggers I've set with Ino, and I use this very frequently, is this red pen, because many hypnotists use the color red to give people a feeling of elation, a feeling of being positive, being strong, and that's valuable when you hit the red traffic light, because instead of getting depressed, you're going to feel good, you're going to get a little buzz. And isn't that right, Ino?
Yes.
Now you see Ino's having trouble responding there because she is so deep. And I can see from the expression on her face that she's enjoying this moment. And observation is one of the things with Skypenosis that is very important, because we're in a remote location. We're thousands of miles from each other, literally. So I have to keep an eye on Ino, and so I can tell what state she's in. And as I'm looking at Ino now, I see she's smiling, she's enjoying this. And I can see that her shoulders have come down. I was noticing they were up earlier on, but they've come down, which suggests that she's becoming more relaxed. And what I quite often do would be to have the camera zoomed out more, so that I would be able to see my client's hands. No, she can't respond. Okay, not to worry. I'm going to bring you back now, I know. I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and when I get to 3, your eyes will open, you'll be wide awake, feeling truly fabulous and better than you've felt before. And I'm going to count now. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open, wide awake. Feeling good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that
feeling great.
I think we've done a good demonstration. But I'd like to thank you, I know, for that demonstration. It's been absolutely fabulous. Did you enjoy that?
Well, yes, I did. I always enjoy going into a hypnotic state, and
I'm going to tell them a secret now that I've mentioned on, or hinted at it on Facebook. The reason I believe that Skypenosis works so well is because even before you've even met your client, years before you know their name, they're already conditioned because of this rectangle that they're looking into. They've been watching that rectangle ever since they were children. And every time they do that, they go into a trance state. They become absorbed by the screen and what's going on. And they'll be sitting there at the screen shouting, "He's behind the door, he's behind the door." Because they're in a trance state. That means when you come into Skypenosis, the moment they sit in front of that rectangle, they're already in trance, going into trance. And as we know, many of us believe already that we're all in a trance all the time, some more so than others, I notice, particularly when I'm watching the way people drive their cars. But I think I've said enough on that, and I think we've given a fairly good demonstration of Skypenosis, or as I like to call it, remote hypnosis, which is a better term because you may not be using Skype. In fact, we're actually using Uvu at the moment for this. You could be using Uvu, you could be using Skype, you could be using GoToMeeting, any number of video mediums. You might be just doing over the telephone. And I've done a lot of work on the telephone. I've even done work on the radio when I can't see the audience at all. I get no feedback whatsoever. And I get very good results based on people contacting me later on to let me know that I stopped their pain or whatever it was. So we should not underestimate the power of the remote medium, whether you call it telephone hypnosis or Skypenosis or Uvu-nosis or GoToMeeting-nosis. I prefer to call it remote hypnosis. And I like to say that I coined that term. I probably didn't, but I feel I did. And so I know I'd like to really thank you for contributing to this powerful video that I know is going to be a wonderful insight for all the listeners and viewers to remote hypnosis, Skypenosis.
Well, I don't know if there's anything else to say from a client's point of view. This is a nice way to do it because you can actually stay in your own home. You don't have to worry about driving somewhere. You don't have to worry about going to a strange location. And if for some reason you should have issues with feeling safe around another person, this is another way to do it. You don't have to be in the presence of somebody, and that could be an issue for somebody. Maybe somebody who had issues with leaving their home or fear or something like that. So, yeah, it's a great medium. So you guys get, no, I don't know. I find it to be very valuable for that particular. Okay, Purple Pen. Now you totally broke my train of thought there. That's okay. I think one of the things that is so important about using this is that you do have the use of your observing powers. You can see the person, you can hear the person, and that makes a big difference over, say, using a telephone. Not saying that it's not valuable, but I think it's very important that you do have all your senses involved when you are working with somebody, at least the first few times you work with them, because that is kind of the time when you can figure out how they work and how they react to what you say and do and stuff like that. So